Welcome to the Med Spa Method. My name is Leslie Schweitzer, and I'm a doctorate-prepared nurse anesthetist and the owner of Real Aesthetics and Wellness. This show is your guide to navigating the med spa world with confidence. I'm going to talk about the treatments, the trends, and how to find a provider that you can trust. Because when it comes to your health, your face, and your results, there is a right way to do it. On this episode of the Med Spa Method, I want to talk about skincare, because skincare is something that we can do for our skin 365 days a year, and because of its ability to be so consistent in your life and in your skin, that this is so incredibly important. It should not be overlooked. I hear so often clients will come in and they'll say like, oh, I'm just using a bar of soap, or oh, I'm just using Cetaphil gentle cleanser and no moisturizer. And they feel like that's not a big deal, but it is a big deal because what you're missing out on is 365 opportunities to do what's best for your skin. And just because there are a lot of products out there doesn't mean your skincare routine has to be incredibly difficult. So let's start by building a routine that is going to be the simplest and without missing out on products that are very integral to your skin's health. So the products that I would never skip out on is, number one, an appropriate skin cleanser. And I do want to talk about what makes a cleanser appropriate for your skin in just a few moments, but an appropriate cleanser for your skin. And then number two is going to be an antioxidant, which is vitamin C. It's even more powerful if that vitamin C has some vitamin E together, because those two products work synergistically. And the vitamin C should also be in some form encapsulated or protected so that it does not go rancid or go bad inside the bottle. That can actually degrade in there and become either harmful or useless. So the type of vitamin C doesn't matter. The next thing that I just would not go without would be some form of retinoid. There's retinic acid, there's tretinoin, there's retinol, there's retinoids, and the type of which is less important. We can talk about that in just a few minutes. What's going to be more important is the consistency of that product. And then lastly, what I would just not go without would be a skin moisturizer that has SPF in it. Tinted or not, I would just never go without SPF in my routine. And there are days, hot summer days, where your SPF needs to be applied multiple times throughout the day. So those are my four mainstays. And then I do have some other things that I like to add into my routines, but those are the four that I would say let's never go without those four. Now, I said before I would talk a little bit more about what makes a cleanser appropriate for your skin. And as I go through this a little bit, I'm going to pull from examples from our skin line that we had made for our medical spa. So in my mind, we kind of have like two types of cleansers. We have cleansers that are either gentle, and those tend to be post-procedure safe. Those are great for aging skin or for really young skin, or for, like I said before, post-procedure skin. And these types of gentle cleansers are often going to be some form of hydrating, calming cleanser that's going to have some form. They might not be super foamy. They might even be like a lotion-y based product. These types of surfactants will break down the oil, but they're not going to be harsh on your skin at all. The one that we have is just simply named Gentle Cleanser, and it uses plant-based surfactants like red algae, chamomile, ginger root. Those things are very soft and gentle on your skin, and they are post-procedure safe. It's pH balanced, which again is great for post-procedure. And that's excellent for people who have dry skin, aging skin, sensitive skin, they're battling rosacea, they're post-procedure, or their skin barrier is damaged for some other reason. And then if it's not a gentle cleanser, it's usually some type of exfoliating cleanser. And we have two types of exfoliating cleansers in our lineup. One is called the brightening cleanser, and this product is a little bit hydrating, but at the same time, it has some green tea for clarifying the skin. It also has some niacinamide, which helps keep the redness down. But the powerful active ingredient here is a 5% lactic acid, which is wonderful for brightening the skin, fading the discoloration of the skin, and reducing the redness with that niacinamide really balances out this product so it's safe for everyday use. Now, if you wanted to compare that to some of the bigger names, then I would compare it to the Revision Brightening Facial Wash. I really do like that Revision product as well, and I think this has kind of a similar feel to it where it's safe to use every single day. Skin Medica has a wonderful AHA/BHA cleanser, but I do feel like our product and the Revision product are a little bit more gentle than that because the Skin Medica one, in my opinion, should be used at a maximum once a day, not twice a day, and for a lot of people should only be used every other day so that we don't damage that skin barrier. It's got a little bit of physical grit to it as well, which I think adds to its aggressiveness in its ability to be used every single day. Then we also carry a clarifying daily cleanser, which is geared more towards acne. It's got some salicylic acid and it's got a lower pH, which is designed to kill bacteria. And then the moisturizers inside of that product are going to be very lightweight, like aloe vera, so that it's not weighing down the skin and it's not going to allow the excess oil in the skin to build up and clog the pores again. So that's going to reduce acne by preventing those future breakouts with that lower pH where the bacteria cannot live. I do know of some cleansers that are similar to this on the market. If you're interested in something like that you couldn't get at our spa, that would be the Revision Papaya Cleanser, which has some salicylic acid in it as well. Skin Medica has one called a Purifying Wash, which is kind of similar as well. On that tone of on the same page of cleansers, sometimes we might incorporate an exfoliating scrub. There's a couple out there that are like something you would do like once or twice a week to just keep your skin fresh and bright. This is really nice for people that are trying to brighten their skin or are using a gentle cleanser and they'd like a once or twice a week exfoliating treatment to add on. We have one that we call the exfoliating scrub. It's a dual action that moisturizes and exfoliates at the same time. It's got some pomegranate enzymes in there to chemically exfoliate. It's got some niacinamide and B5, which helps reduce redness. It's going to slough away dead skin cells and brighten your complexion. There's a product made by Revision that's very similar to this. It's called a triple action exfoliator, and that product is very similar. It's going to have some moisture to it, it's going to have some grit to it, and it has some enzymatic action in there as well that works as a chemical exfoliator. And then another one I know of that's kind of similar is the anti-age product called Resurface. That one is a little bit more of just a mechanical exfoliator and doesn't have the enzymatic action to it. So once we get through cleansing then, in my 4 products that I said we just can't go without, we're going to skip over all of the super serums and we'll come back to those items later. But we're going to go into products that will be an antioxidant protectant for our skin. Now, like I said before, vitamin C works synergistically with vitamin E. And those are important in that they protect from free radical damage, which is going to cause things like wrinkles, fine lines, and it's also going to cause a the collagen in your skin to degrade. So by giving yourself that protection, you're protecting your collagen stimulation. We have two vitamin C products. One we call the Ferulic Vitamin C Serum, which contains vitamin C, B, E, and ferulic. And that's a comprehensive blend of antioxidants in a hyaluronic acid base, which is wonderful for that even skin tone. We must be pairing any of these vitamin C serums. They've got to be paired with an SPF because we want to protect your skin that we're working on brightening at the same time. These are a wonderful item or cream to put on during the daytime. There's another product out there that combines the C and E because those work synergistically together, and that's called SkinMedica C and E Serum. I personally find that C and E serum by SkinMedica is a little bit strong for me, and I feel like I get a little bit of irritation if I try to use it every single day. But I don't feel that when I use our Ferulic Vitamin C Serum, so I do prefer ours. There's a very similar product called CE Ferulic that's made by SkinCeuticals that has almost the exact same lineup inside the bottle, which is a wonderful and well-loved antioxidant serum. Revision makes a really cool vitamin C product that they call C+, and it's a 30% versus kind of more of a standard in medical grade skincare is a 20% vitamin C concentration. The way that Revision is able to do that is they encapsulate that vitamin C complex so that it doesn't start to become active until it's passed through the lipid layer of the skin. If it didn't have that encapsulation around it, when it touched the skin, it would be incredibly irritating to the skin at such a high concentration. So that's cool that they were able to figure out that technology. One thing to note is that when you're using vitamin C serums, oftentimes they do come in a dropper form. And you want to be sure to never touch that dropper to your skin because you'll begin to contaminate your bottle, and over time, you could make that product really gross by touching your skin and picking up germs all the time. We have one more form of vitamin C on our shelf, and that is a vitamin C that's 20% again, and it is wrapped in a moisturizer, so it's like a dual action product. I like this because it again brings simplicity. We can get your moisture and your vitamin C in the same step. So that's been a really nice, gentle form of vitamin C that we've been able to get into our clients' hands so that they can make this routine something that you can stick with a little bit easier. The next thing I talked about saying I just could not live without would be a retinol of some form. So there are so many forms of retinols, and obviously the stuff over the counter is going to be way weaker than the medical grade version. So I'm only going to talk about the medical grade versions of these retinols. For starters, there's a real gentle form called adaptoline, or what used to be called Differengel. You can now get it both over the counter and you can get it in a off-brand form. You don't have to get the name brand anymore. It's past its patent. And that is a retinol that is really well tolerated even on sensitive skin. So it works really well for people who are struggling with acne, and that's actually what Differengel was targeted towards. It was targeted towards young people with acne, and that constant cell turnover was helping keep their pores clear and push breakouts out of the way. Now, since it is in a gel form, I do find that the older skin, when you try to use a gel retinol on older skin, it's not always as well tolerated. So it needs to be sandwiched between moisturizers. And then by the time you sandwich it between your moisturizers and you're using that gel form, I feel like you don't get as much bang for your buck. At that point, you might as well just move to a stronger retinoid at that time. So the next most common prescription is going to be tretinoin, and tretinoin comes in a couple of concentrations. And again, what I'm going to say about this is if you can tolerate it, whatever is going to be consistent for you, that's what's going to be the most effective for you. So you don't need to jump to the highest concentration. If you can use the lower concentration every single day, that's what's going to benefit your skin. Not giving yourself a little chemical burn every once a week or less. That's not going to be nearly as much benefit to you as an every other day or an every single day lower concentration retinoid. So if you can't tolerate tretinoin, that's okay. Let's get you into something that you can tolerate. As far as well-tolerated retinols, there are a couple of products that have just the smallest amount of retinol wrapped inside your night cream. And a good example of that is the Revision DEJ Night Cream. I believe that's a 0.2% retinol, which is a pretty low percentage, but it's wrapped inside your moisturizer. It's very well tolerated, and it can be stacked with other retinols. I should mention that if you notice that DEJ Night Cream has the retinol in it and it's a night cream, retinol should always be applied at night because the sun can make them stronger and more active on your skin. So we're going to always use our vitamin C during the day and our retinol during the night. And most people do, as I kind of mentioned before, most people do tolerate their retinols the best if we put them in between some moisturizers or at least a layer of moisture with them. Don't let your retinol try to be your only moisturizer for the evening. It's not going to be enough for you. Our product with retinol in it is called Retinol Renewal, and it's incredibly well tolerated. It's a 0.5% retinol. I absolutely love it because it's wrapped in some glycolipids. And what those lipids are doing is they're protecting your skin from something that can be irritating, and they're also healing your skin at the same time. It's a bioidentical lipid serum that's going to just lock in your hydration and plump the skin. It will last for all night as your moisturizer. I do like to put mine on top of my other creams before. I like to use a couple of super serums in my nighttime routine, and I use my retinol as my top layer, and I wake up and my face still feels so plump and moisturized. I do really love it. Prior to that, I had personally tried all of the other creams. I have tried tretinoin, and I can tolerate it if I do it properly. I've tried other brands of retinol, and you just have to work up to them. And you have to use them properly, which is a thin amount. You shouldn't be putting these products really close to the corner of your eye, the corner of your nose, the corner of your mouth, or your earlobe. Those are all places that will get very irritated by them. So as long as you're doing them well, which is going to be wash your face first, let your face fully dry, put on your first product of the night, and then put your moisturizer on after that. For me, my first product of the night is going to be my super serum, and I can't wait to get to the serum topic here. But that's my spiel about retinols. If you can use one, just use one and use it consistently. That's what's going to be best for you. And then SPFs. There are so many good SPFs out there. The one that we created for our line is an SPF that has a decent amount of moisture to it. It's got some firming peptides in it, which I just feel like we don't see often with an SPF cream. It's got a very light tint, which is, all the rage right now. Everybody wants a tinted moisturizer. And it's mineral-based, so it's post-procedure safe. So it checks a lot of those boxes and makes it an easy product to use every day. It also gives you a really nice glow. And it does that, in my opinion, from the minerals. I feel like mineral-based SPFs gives your skin so much more glow than a chemical-based. Um, some of my other favorite tinted SPFs are, I really like Revision's IntelliShade. They have maybe 5 of them now, 5 different IntelliShades. The original is their chemical sunscreen, which has a very nice sheer tint to it. And then it does have just a sprinkle of vitamin C in it as well. So you're getting a little bit of vitamin C, you're getting some tint, you're getting a moisturizer, and you're getting your SPF. Then they came out with one called True Physical, which is their version of a mineral-based sunscreen. And that one I feel like gives you a little bit more of a denser coverage, a little bit more foundation-like. But still, it's going to give you a little bit of tint. It's going to give you your SPF, a little sprinkle of vitamin C, and some moisturizer. They also made one called Matte because that was real popular for a while, and it still is with some more oily skin types where you want a mattifying product so you don't look too greasy. That one is also tinted moisturizer, some vitamin C, and some SPF. And then they came out with 2 versions of clear. They have original and clear, which is, again, that chemical base. So you're still getting some moisturizer, some vitamin C, some SPF, but then it's clear. And then they have the True Physical or the chemical version that's also clear. So you're getting post-procedure safe, SPF, moisturizer, in a mineral base, just no tint. And I think they're a very affordable tube of SPF that I feel like covers a lot of skin types there. Skin Medica's Essential Defense also has a couple that I like. Theirs are either tinted or non-tinted. They have mineral or not mineral. And I feel like those are pretty well-rounded. They work for a lot of skin types. I've tried the Elastin tinted SPF, which is just a tinted SPF. It doesn't have a lot of moisture to it, no vitamin C or anything. And I felt like that one pulled a little bit orange on me. I am kind of pale, but that was a hard sell for me. I also tried the Color Science. They have a tinted SPF as well that's mineral based, and when I first tried them, they had 3 shades: light, medium, or dark. And for me, I needed to mix the light and the medium, which was a tough sell for me because I felt like, why do I need to buy 2 products to make my shade? But now they have all the in between. They have light, medium, medium dark, and dark. So now that might be a better sell for me. That product does have a lot more of a makeup consistency. So if you're looking for something like that, again, the best SPF is going to be the one that you want to wear every day and the one that you're comfortable to replenish throughout the day. On that note, Color Science, I feel like, was the first to do it, but a lot of brands are doing it now where they're putting a powdered SPF in a little stick with an attached brush, and you can just toss that in your purse and throughout the day refresh your SPF. I did carry around a Color Science light shade for a while, and that worked well for me. I really enjoyed it, especially in the summer when it's hot and you're a little bit sticky. It does kind of mattify you to just put on a quick layer of it, and I felt like it always looked nice. But where those products really shine for me is being a mom, because I can carry that around. I don't have to spray my kids and then fight with them and try to wipe them covered in SPF. Instead, I can just tickle them with this SPF brush, and they do so much better with it. One of my boys has very, very blonde hair, and I have a really hard time getting SPF on him, but I can kind of flick that powder all throughout his hair and cover his scalp a little bit. So that product is a winner for me, and there's a lot of brands out there. Hustle Beauty is making it now, which I've tried as well. We used that all last summer, and they have just one shade. It's just like clear, but it worked well for everybody, including me, on top of my face. So I did love that product. So those four are my staples. I would even, like, if I went on a vacation and I could only take four things, that's what I would take, and I would use that SPF as my night cream too. Sleeping in a zinc cream, zinc-based is often mineral-based sunscreen. Sleeping in that is even good for your skin. It's very calming to your skin, so that's what I would take. If I could only have four products, that's what I would bring. But there's no such thing as only having to have four. You can have more. So let's talk about my other favorite things to put in a skincare routine. Something that I've seen really popular all over Instagram and TikTok is people with these milky toners. Milky toners like reset your skin's pH, and they give your skin a little glossy look to them right before you put your makeup on. So in our line, we made one, but ours is boosted with peptides. So it's an antioxidant, oxygenating, advanced treatment that has vitamins that soothe your skin, and it's going to balance your skin's microbiome and fortify your skin's barrier. At the same time, it smooths everything over and makes your skin tone and texture look flawless, reduces your pore size. It's an excellent makeup primer, and I just don't think I could live without this product anymore. It's the second step in my routine every day. I wash my face, and then I put on my super serum and then my milky toner, and I feel like I could probably leave just like that. But I usually hop in the car, and that's where I apply my SPF. I keep my SPF in my cup holder, and I put that on usually while I'm driving. But those are just products that I could just not live without, is my boosted milky toner. We also created a peptide dew, which is like a spray. This is a spray that has peptides, vitamin C in it to boost your collagen and also just give you light hydration throughout the day. This is a really good product for people who are worried about being oily and they don't want to put on creamy moisturizers on top of any of their skin, of their other layers. In their routine or any at all. This has been one that I could get my husband to use. He does not ever want to feel greasy, but I can kind of mist him down and it will soak in, and he feels like he's got some moisture on, but it's never thick or heavy. It can work as like a makeup setting spray or a final hydration step. I like to spritz it on my makeup sponge if I'm going to wear traditional foundation. Those sponges work really well if they're wet. So I'll spritz my peptide dew, is what it's called. I'll spritz that onto my makeup sponge, and then I'm getting a little bit of skincare along with my makeup when I'm applying it. It is very soothing for post-procedure skin, so we'll use that too after, when your skin is hot, after a radiofrequency microneedling or after an erbium laser treatment. We'll use that peptide dew as a cool mist to spray and relieve some of that heat from your skin. I mentioned before that I cannot live without my super serum, and we have two of them. One of them is called Botanical C. This one is excellent for fine lines, wrinkles, redness, blemishes. It's powered by lilac stem cells, and it does have some vitamin C in it. So it will protect against the environmental damage, and because of that, I like this to be my daytime super serum. I like to use this. I wash my face, I use this product immediately. Once it's soaked in, then I go in with my boosted milky toner and then my SPF on top of it. But we do have another super serum, which is powered by growth factors and peptides. And I like this product because in my nighttime routine, because it has a little hyaluronic acid in it. So it is moisturizing at the same time. It's going to reduce fine lines, wrinkles, and increase the skin's elasticity. This product is really cool because you can also use it anywhere that you're trying to stimulate hair growth. It can work on the scalp, and it's post-procedure safe. So is the Botanical C. While we're on that note, they're both post-procedure safe, but this product in particular is excellent too for stimulating hair growth because of the growth factors. So once I shower, I like to shower in the evening, or you could wash your face. My skin is a little bit wet. It has hyaluronic acid in it, so I can put this right on my skin and I rub my fingers into my hairline because as a woman, we tend to lose hair around our hairline, especially in perimenopause, which I am a proud perimenopauser. I can't stop complaining about it. But this product has helped my hairline just because I'm putting it on my face and my neck and décolleté and rubbing it into my hairline at the same time. So that is an excellent product. It's similar. It's to the idea between the idea behind Skin Medica's TNS Advanced, which had 2 products in it. It has a growth factor side and a peptide side. Our growth factor and peptide super serum also has both of those ingredients in it. We have a couple other serums in our lineup that are specific towards other skin concerns. One of them is called Barrier Repair, and it is that same bioidentical lipid complex that we wrapped around our retinol. This one is meant just for soothing irritated skin, so it's excellent for post-procedure healing. It's great for sensitive skin. I'll use it post-procedure. I'll put it on my kids when they have a sunburn. Or if I'm just feeling incredibly dry, I like to put this product on my face to help hold in my moisture. We also have one called Barrier Protect. Brighten and Protect, which is that same glycolipid, bioidentical lipid serum. And inside it, we wrapped a couple of antioxidants to protect against photo damage and brighten the skin. So this product is going to be really helpful for both rosacea and melasma, which I think is sometimes hard to find. Oftentimes we'll find something that's good for rosacea but not for melasma, but because this product does both things, it helps soothe the skin, which is great for rosacea, and brighten the skin, which is great for melasma. It's an excellent product to pair along with your IPL treatments. You can put it on after the IPL and of course do it every day, and it will help soothe the skin. On that same note, we have another one that's called Calm and Protect, and that's going to be specifically towards redness, whether that redness comes from rosacea or from acne, which is a little bit more common. It has a little bit of niacinamide in there, which is really nice for calming down the redness that comes along with acne and inflammation. I want to say that's it for our super serums. And what leaves us left with then is we have our eye creams, we have some moisturizers, and we have one neck cream. It used to be said where we would say, oh, treat your neck like it's your body. Bring up all of your creams from your body all the way up to your mandible. And then it was said, oh, your neck is actually a little bit more similar to your face, so let's treat your neck like it's the face and bring your products down. And over time, it was realized that the neck really is kind of its own thing. It's got thinner skin than your face, and it really does need a lot of tightening. The neck is a very difficult area to treat. In our line, we made a product called Firming Neck and Chest Cream, and the reason that we wanted to also wrap in the chest is because sometimes then we forget about the chest and you sleep on your side, you get those big wrinkles down the middle of your décolleté, and it just doesn't look good. So our neck and chest product combines the anti-aging, with the smoothing, toning, hydrating, firming, brightening aspects of all of the other products. So it's a very, very thick, luxurious product that has a little vitamin C, some vitamin E in it as well. It's going to be similar to the Revision Neck to Firm Advanced because it has tightening peptides to it. Some other neck creams that I really like is Neocutis makes one that's called Neo Firm. I don't love the name because I feel like all of the Neocutis names sound the same, but that product really is nice for the neck and chest. So if you're looking for one, that's another good one to try. And then as far as eye cream goes, oftentimes eye creams are said to be tightening or brightening, so you kind of have to decide which one is going to be best for you. And our line is kind of the same. We have a tightening cream, which is meant to go 360 degrees, like all the way around your eye and help tighten that. That's going to be good for hooded eyes, for under eye bags, and for deep set eyes. And then we have a brightening eye cream, which is like a gel formula of peptides to instantly tighten the skin and help with brightening the under eye bags and preventing discoloration under the skin. And then we do have a product that wraps those two things together, and that is going to be a tightening and brightening cream, which is called Hydra Retinol Cream. Retinol is not something we can usually put close to our eyes. So in this product, we have a 0.1% retinol, and it's gentle enough that you could put it all the way around your eye to both tighten and brighten, minimize the dark circles, minimize the fine lines and wrinkles, crow's feet around the eyes. Some other eye creams on the market that I really like is I really like the Revision DEJ eye because it's gentle enough that I can use it every single day. They do have another one called Vitamin C eye or C plus eye that personally I've not been able to tolerate every single day. Skin Medica makes an instant bright eye cream that I personally have loved. And then there's another one called Anti-Age eye cream that I also really like. It's got a little bit of vitamin C in it for the eye, and also some tightening growth factors. So that's another one that does in its own way tighten and brighten the eye. So those are some of my favorites. As far as moisturizers go, we did put a couple moisturizers in our lineup to just go on top of and kind of seal in if you're doing some of these other treatments along with your routine, or to be your standalone cream if you don't want to do a bunch of serums. So one of them is called a Renewal Night Cream, which has a retinoid in it, an antioxidant blend, and it is very rich so that you do not get irritated from using this every single night. It will help with correcting photo damage and replenish the hydration of your skin, similar to the idea behind the Revision DEJ Night Cream that I mentioned earlier that has a little bit of retinol in it as well. We also made one called the Ultimate Moisturizer, and that product is meant to almost replace if you don't want to do all of these other creams. If you don't want to do a super serum, you don't want to do a vitamin C, you don't want to do all of those things, then we can at least pack in a whole bunch of antioxidants, firming peptides into a moisturizer and try to cover all of your bases at once. It's got the ability to protect against UVA and UVB, but you are still going to want to pair it with a traditional SPF as well. So the Ultimate Moisturizer is kind of like an all-in-one for people who want a much simpler routine than some of the other things I've been describing. And then we have one called a Soft and Sheer Moisturizer, which is geared towards those of us who struggle with acne and again don't want a very aggressive routine. So this would be for somebody who, maybe puts their cleanser on, does maybe a vitamin C, or even if they're not, and then seals it on top with that Soft and Sheer moisturizer so that they are not super thick and weighed down. This could also be an evening moisturizer for people with oily skin as well. You could, and in the younger folks struggling with acne, they could be doing a gentle cleanser or their exfoliating cleanser, maybe their adaptoline gel and their Soft and Sheer moisturizer, and go to bed. And that's it for our lineup. Some other products that I have loved over the years is the Anti-Age Brightening Serum. That serum has some vitamin C in it, some tranexamic acid, and the bottle I feel like lasts forever. So that's a serum that I feel like you could use right on top of after your freshly cleansed face, and then you could put your moisturizer on top and go on about your day. That could substitute your vitamin C if you'd like, and you can just put some SPF over the top of that product. Another product that I've really liked is the tinted SPF from Skin Better. That product is SPF 75. It's a post-procedure safe mineral tinted sunscreen, and that was a lifesaver for me after I had my CO2 treatment last year. I was not ready to go without a very strong sunscreen for quite some time afterwards, and I just had that on hand, and I thought, you know what, this is the time that I need an SPF 75. I otherwise would have been, I think, applying my SPF 40 like hourly because I was so nervous about sun damage at that point. And the last product that I didn't talk about at all, but I did absolutely love it, was the dermal repair cream that Revision came out with last year. It's a very thick, luxurious product, and I absolutely loved it after my CO2 treatment. At that time, we didn't have our lineup out yet, so next time I do an aggressive treatment, I will see which product of ours makes my skin calm down the best, but that one, I felt like my skin just needed a drink of water, and that's what that product was for me. I would just feel dry at the end of the day or throughout the day. Honestly, after a CO2, your skin feels kind of crazy. And I absolutely loved how that product just helped me feel moisturized and soothed from all of the irritation. So, just to recap, you don't have to have a super crazy routine. You can get a lot of products into one bottle, and you can have a routine that's literally 2 steps. Wash your face, apply your one product in the day, and then wash your face, apply your one product in the night if you wanted to do that. And if you were going to do that with ours, I would suggest that you do a cleanser, and then in the morning, the ultimate moisturizer, and a cleanser, and in the evening, the nighttime renewal moisturizer. That's what those products were developed for, to be the easy button for people. But if you do want to have a multi-step routine, the way that you're going to do this is you're going to put your products from the thinnest to the thickest. Or another way to think of it is from what has the most active ingredients in it to what has the least amount of active ingredients in it. And most of the time, if you don't know, the price tag will tell you. If something costs you $199, that product probably has a lot of active ingredients in it. And if the product costs you $80, it has significantly less active ingredients in it. So you can think of it that way as well. Thinnest to thickest, most actives to least actives, and when push comes to shove, most expensive goes first, with the exception of your cleanser. Cleansers are probably the cheapest, and if you think about it, it's because you're going to put it on your face and wash it right down the drain. So that's why cleansers need to be the cheapest. But I hope that you got something out of this. We do complimentary skincare consultations at the spa all the time because there are 100 products and it is hard to pick what's best for you. So if you want to come in and have such a consultation done for you, we'll literally ask you, tell me about your skin. What is your budget? What do you want your routine to look like? And let's build that together for you and get you something that is consistent for you because the most important ingredient is consistency. Thanks.